Research Methods students, it's Dr. Gilchrist, and I am here to kind of give you a little bit of extra guidance as you are kind of working on your references section that is due next week. So as you can kind of see, I am on the APA Style website. You can kind of see the web address here. It's apastyle.apa.org. And so you can kind of see this here. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at some reference examples. So you can find these in the 7th publication manual, so the 7th edition of the publication manual. If you do not have that, this is another good resource for you. So you'll kind of notice that you actually have citation methods and reference methods for a variety of different things, including text, data sets, audiovisual media, and online media. Now, because of the nature of our assignment, we only need to focus on textual references. So you can kind of see here, when selecting a category, use the web pages and websites category only when a work does not fit better within another category. Note that print and electronic references are largely the same. So we're going to go ahead and go into textual works. So this will include a few different things. It will include journal article references, which is largely what we're going to be focusing on, magazine article references, newspapers, blog posts, and up-to-date article references. So the one that we're going to focus on is journal article references. So we're going to go ahead and head to that page. So here is reference examples for different types of journal articles. So here's how you are largely going to do it. So as I kind of mentioned, when we're citing an article, notice that it's double spaced and that there is hanging indentation. So again, the first line is going to hang out over the second line. And I think on Tuesday, I will actually show you how to do hanging indentation in Microsoft Word. Actually, since I'm screencasting, I can do it right now. So before I leave, I will show you how to do a hanging indentation. So we're going to do first author, last name, and initials, and then we're going to go through all of the other authors. Then we have the year of publication in parentheses. We are going to go ahead and do the title of the article. Notice that the only time that we are capitalizing here are the first word in the title, the first word in the subtitle, and any proper nouns like the United States. Everything else needs to be in lowercase. Also notice that it is not italicized. Once we get to the journal title, so the actual journal title itself, we're going to italicize that, comma, we're going to have our issue number, volume number, if it exists, and our volume number, issue number, I got that confused. Those are both going to, the volume number is going to be in italics, the issue number is not, and then the page numbers. If there is a DOI, and the article will have a DOI on it, include the DOI after that. So here's kind of what it says. If a journal article has a DOI, include the DOI, always include the issue number. If a journal article does not have a DOI and the reference after the page range, do not include database information in the reference unless the journal article comes from a database. If the journal article does not have a DOI but has a URL that will resolve, include the URL from the article at the end of the reference. So this is how it kind of works. Hopefully that helps a little bit. So one other thing that I kind of want to show you is how to construct that references page. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Style and Grammar Guidelines. We are going to go to a sample paper using APA formatting. So we're going to go ahead and click on this. So we're going to go to a sample paper very, very similar to the one I showed you in the Purdue Online Writing Lab. So we're going to go ahead and go to an annotated student sample paper. So as of the 7th edition, you can either do something professional style or student style. I will always ask you for a student sample paper, not a professional sample paper. So I already downloaded this to the computer. Let's go ahead and take a look at the references section so that you get a better idea of how it's constructed. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the end because in a formal paper, the references section will always kind of be at the end. So you can kind of see this here. So notice that with your references section, the references itself, the word references is going to be centered on that page and it's going to be bolded. So we're going to center and bold it and call it references. And then as you can kind of see, I showed you that format. You can see that all of these are basically listed in order of author, so alphabetical by author. We're double spacing, using that hanging indentation, using the format of listing the authors in their order, last name followed by initial, year for the publication, title of the article, title of the journal in italics, volume number, issue number, page numbers, and DOI. So you're going to do this for those 5 different articles, including Craik and Tulving and Craik and Lockhart. So really quick, I do want to show you how to actually do hanging indentation. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up Microsoft Word, and I'm just going to show you very, very quickly how you can do a hanging indentation format. So I'm just going to type a bunch of garbage on the computer, blah, blah, blah. We're just going to keep it going. Yeah, lots of Fs. There we go. Now, obviously, this is not double spaced. So first of all, if you want to be able to double space your stuff, I'm going to go ahead and highlight all of this. I'm going to go to paragraph. I want double spacing, so all we have to do is go to this little item right here, and we're going to go ahead and pick 2.0. Now, one thing that I'd like you to watch out for when you're dealing with a paragraph, sometimes as a default with line spacing options, we do not want spacing before or after the paragraph. So if you want to figure that out, we go to paragraph. And if you look at spacing, make sure that both of those say 0. So sometimes as a default in Microsoft Word, they will add extra space after a paragraph. I don't want to see it. I can tell the difference, believe me. So let's talk about hanging indentation and how you can do that here. So go ahead and click on this little box right here, paragraph settings. We're going to do indentation. Go over to special. You're going to do hanging indentation by 1/2 inch. And when you do that, voila, we now have our hanging indentation. And so now you know how to do it. If you have any questions on how to do a references or an annotated bibliography, just let me know. The annotated bibliography is basically going to look exactly the same as the references, except you're going to have, in addition to the references, you're going to have a paragraph about what the article was about and why you found it useful. So hopefully this will help you out. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit more comfortable constructing your references section. And as always, if you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you very, very soon. Have a good weekend. I'm trapped. I can't get out. Where's my thing? There we go.